Hello and Allahu Akbar, dear Baha'i friends. Let's move this chair a little bit. Okay. Time is 11:43. It's Monday. It's close to midnight, 24th. I'm going to continue another session of this 5 lines. We just on the last video. The last poem Baha'u'llah said, I'm going to give you a point so you can partake and have a share from this eternity. He continues here, he says, تا شوی واقف ز رضوان بقا, till you become واقف, aware. واقف means aware. Z from, Rezwan again means paradise. It's the word that's been used in English by the Shogi Effendi as Ridwan. Baha means eternity. Baha'u'llah says that I'm going to tell you a point from the water of, I'm going to give you a point so you understand, to take a share from this water of life, eternal water of life, he says. So, till shavi, become waqif, aware, ze, from, Rezwan, Redwan, the paradise of eternity. Ta bari rahi bi iqlim laqa. Laqa or liqa. Liqa would be more correct. Till you understand, you find rahi, a path, betu, iqlim means country, a region, the land, in a particular area, that would be an iqlim. Liqa, which means that presence of God. So till you find a way to the land of the presence of God. Then he goes to the point. تا به طی الارض معنی پی بری. Ta means till, be means to. The word طی الارض, معنی, the significance of what طی الارض is. پی بری, find out. پی بردن means to find out. This طی الارض is a very interesting topic among so many things that the Sufis and the mystics in the past, they have brought this up. One of them is طی الارض. Literally it means teleportations. Tay means traverse, traveling, traversing. Arz means land. So this is an idea is gone into their head, and they're very serious about it. That one could be here, and then if he decides or something, all of a sudden he's found somewhere else. And they have many stories, including of that Baba Tahir Oryan. They say he knew what Tayyul Arz is. The land will shrink under you and you just fast in a very quick time. You go somewhere else. Translation of that, teleportation. These people, they believe in the spiritual realm. As a Sufi, you would actually basically break away the time in that way. But they're taking it literally. Like really, they say the guy is here and then he goes somewhere else. Is there a truth to that or not? Baha'u'llah says no, it has a meaning. Ma'ani means the significance of it. You could say that one of them is dreaming. When you're asleep, you could go in your vision somewhere else and see something. And then when you wake up, you see that and it might even happen. Tayyul Arz means going from one place to another. In the dream, you actually go to future, to something that hasn't come around. So Baha'u'llah says, I'm going to give you a point, so you understand what this Tayyul Arz, traversing the land, so quickly, to find out what that is. Then he brings up very nicely to tell you how that could happen. He says, تا چه روح اندر هوایش برپری. Till like ruh, like the spirit in hawa, in its space, is barpari, so you can fly like a spirit in that air, in that space. So Tayyul Arz Ma'ni, which means the meaningful of this teleportation, it will be through the ruh. Ruh means the soul. I just brought you up, told you that in the dream you may go somewhere. But according to Baha'u'llah, you don't have to be even dreaming. But it is your soul that will take it, what happens. Sometimes, the psychic are around here and they say those things happening. Again, I was spoken already about the psychics, I'm not going to talk right now. To understand if there is a Tayyul Arz, according to Sufis as they say, is to understand that body has nothing to do with it. It is the story of the soul. The spirit can go. Why? Because we just discussed it last time. A spirit does not take the tongue, but it takes the will. Okay? It can will it to be somewhere to find certain things, but spirit cannot go anywhere without the body. So if the soul goes somewhere, let's say, without the body, he will leave the body alone, then the body has to go in a state of sleeping. Because the soul is like a typist behind a typewriter, is like a driver behind a car. So when the body does not need attendance, the soul can do things. But the main problem with that is that, first of all, that soul has to have the capacity, not all the soul have. Secondly, it has to be able to communicate with others. They must have the capacity. So there's a lot of things involved that makes it almost impossible. But between the holy ones, this is possible, we have seen hundreds of these, literally, stories, totally true, of the visions that has happened and that has occurred. The story in the United States of a mother whose son is saying that, Mommy, I've seen Jesus Christ, and mother doesn't know what it is. And they go to this magazine parlor, and the picture of Abdu'l-Baha was on the newspaper, and the boy said, Mom, that's him. This is the one I seen. So the mother starts to find it to go, and they actually finds Abdu'l-Baha. She finds him. That is the sort of Tayyul Arz. That is a sort of, from the spirit to find out. The boy could take the message from Abdu'l-Baha as it was transmitting. At one point, the boy was clean enough to get it. But then, Baha'u'llah comes back again. He brings really that this Tayyul Arz, physical teleportation, has nothing to do with the spirituality, Baha'u'llah says. He comes back and give the reason and put the objection. He says, چون تو هستی این زمان در دام گل چون because you هستی. Notice I put the S in one big line. You could do that in a fancy way. Like here, there is 1, 2, 3. I made all the three to look like one big line. You could do that. Because to you هستی are in this zaman time در in dam trap of gel mud clay. So چون تو هستی این زمان در دام گل. Because you are this time in trap of mud. Gil. Gil is a reference not to just body, and you think we're in the dome of this body. No, no, no. This body is not a dome or a trap for the soul at all. What it means is that your soul has attachment, just like a stick, to the things that are material. Therefore, the poor thing cannot fly. Because in this time you are trapped in this mud, in this guilt, in this attachment. کی بری بویی تو از رزوان دل. How? کی? When? بری, you will smell. بویی. Boo means smell. When you'll take a smell, to, you, of, as, Rezman, the paradise, del, heart. When will you inhale any of this? When will you smell the fragrance of what the paradise of heart is? Because we're into the gil, as opposed to del. Del is heart, gil is mud, clay. So again, if you're into the material things or a material concept even of the truth, it's not going to do it. He says a ruh only can fly into that space, go from one end to another. Now he's telling you, thus, since this is your situation, he goes, he says, پس برهنه شو تو از ثوب قیود. Then, پس, then, برهنه, naked, show, become, to, you, as, of, ثوب, garment, قیود, limitations. قیود is a plural of قید. قید means adverb in the grammar. But qeid means, we have an English word, band, you know. Qeid means the band. Qeid or band, band is totally means qeid. It is an English word too. So, qeid and band, you know, when the band is put on there, that is qeid. Stops you. So it says, get naked from this garment of limitations. پس مقدس کن تو جان را از حدود. Then sanctify you, the soul, from hudud, limitation again. Hudud and quyud are both limitations. Qaid really is attachment. It means condition. To be better translating, qaids are the conditions. It says get naked from these conditions and sanctify your soul from this limitation. Hudud means limitations. Okay. Sometimes this might give an idea to some people that they think that many people in the Sufis right now in Iran, and it might, penetrate one day among the Baha'is too, that all what Baha'u'llah says about prayer, this and that, the commandment and all of that, literally in the Baha'i faith is referred to as to be hudud. Hudud means the laws, okay, limitation imposed by Baha'u'llah. Some people might say that these are all limitations. Who cares what's prayer? Who cares what's this and what's that and what's that and what's that? We don't need that. Without that, we can just go to God. There are those group of people that they believe in God, but they don't believe in a prophethood. They say everyone can connect to God. Well, that's crazy, because if you say that, then you're saying Baha'u'llah is lying, Muhammad is lying, Jesus is lying. How is this possible? Because they say we're the manifestation. You want to go from here, you have to go. How would you know your creator? From what he has made. Well, what he has made, the biggest one he has made is his manifestation. Why would I deny this? Another manifestation says, okay, I'm the manifestation of God, I am God. You want to come to me? Okay, I made a highway for you. 405, 401 in Toronto. I made a huge highway, an auto one. Generally, for all the people. Go in here, you get to the... But you say, nah, God, I don't want this autobahn, and I don't want all of this laws and the rules that you made. I'm going to go on my own. God has no problem, go on, but chances are very slim if you get anywhere. Because you want to go to God, but telling to God that He brought all these rules and laws unnecessarily, or you're an exception to it, that would be funny, eh? You have to understand, the laws of Baha'u'llah, which we call it hudud, are not something that he has invented it. They are the prescriptions. They're not laws, really. Preventive, measures it is. They're the highway traffic signs. If you don't have the signs in the road of a spirituality, just like the normal road, chances are there will be a lot of accidents, And if you hurt somebody, how are you going to get anywhere when another man is hurt? God doesn't like that. So the laws of Baha'u'llah are not laws. Really, we have to somehow create a different word for it. Preventive measures, they're the prescriptions, They're the manufacturer's manuals. They're the manuals of how to get somewhere. So, this is not a creation of some people for people, no. This is a creation of God for people, and all of it is for your own safety. I am one of those that I thought, God says these things for a lot of people, but in reality, this is not applicable to me or applicable to a lot of people, especially Baha'u'llah, says sometimes confusing things. He says that I would have allowed drinking if people could handle it, but I see that people can't handle it. So then all of a sudden somebody says, you know what, I can handle it. Then he goes and he falls into trouble. So these laws should not belittle you. Do not feel you're belittled. It's not even so much that you have to do it to get to the God. A lot of them you may not do it and you still get there, which is going to take longer, that's all. I have found in my 56 years of life, absolutely everything that Baha'u'llah says has to be followed. But there's a problem with it. Because whoever does these things, it has a side effect. They think, okay, we are doing all of these things, therefore we're better Baha'is than others. Look at that guy, he's not fasting. Look at that guy, he's not praying. Look at that guy, not going to a 19-day feast. This guy doesn't go to temple. That guy doesn't do that. Immediately when people are following the rule and the laws of Baha'u'llah, then they start to judge the rest of the mankind that doesn't do it. Therefore they're lost. It's a very bad way of looking at it. So what? You're taking your medicine and your prescription and somebody else doesn't do? What does that mean? You're not better than him. Who says that you are better than him? You don't know what is his reason that he doesn't do it. Go thank God that you can do it. And pray for the others to do it too. Be you thinking now you're better than others and people have to listen to you? This is one of the reasons that a lot of people, they escape religion. They don't want religion because these religious people, they take this the changeable part of the religions, and they do it because of that. They think they're better than others, and therefore they say, no, we don't want religion. So many laws Baha'u'llah has brought make sure that you do not impose it over others. People should not know you're fasting. People should not know you're praying. People should not know you're spiritual even. They shouldn't. You should not give them any clue that you are a person, that you follow everything or whatnot. Why? So these conditions and this hudud is not a reference to the laws brought by Baha'u'llah. This is about the condition and hudud that we are making for ourselves, or we think they have to be in the way. They have to go out, If we get these limitations out, then your spirit can fly, as he says, till like spirit in its space you can fly. Well, ruh cannot be under the qaid, condition, and hudud, limitations, because it's like a balloon that is anchored to the ground by rope. Can't go. Or like a balloon that is too heavy to ascend. Soul is like that. It has to ascend. If it has too much attachment, too much qaid, too much condition, it won't be able to fly. So final line. ظلمت دل را ز نورش کن منیر. The darkness of the heart. The, Ra means the. Zulmat means the darkness. The darkness. Zulmate. I forgot to put an E at the end. Zulmat E. It has to have an E at the end. For the record, let's do it. Zulmat e del ra. Ra means the darkness of the heart. Clean kon. From his nur, his light. Munir. Bright. Munir means very bright. Make it splendid. So make the heart bright. From its light. What? The darkness of the heart has to be enlightened by its light. تا شوی در ملک جانها تو امیر. Till you become shavi, you become there in mulk, and the land, in the country, in the till you become in the land, mulke, land of janha, souls. You become Amir, the leader. Okay? If you get rid of these conditions and the limitations that you have made or others made for you, you're in trouble. But to clean those, then you'll clean your heart from the darkness of all these things. You will become the Amir. Amir means the commander. Commander in Mulk, the country, in the country of the souls. You will become the Amir. You will become the leader. You want to be a spiritual leader? He says. There are conditions and there are limitations. Get rid of it. You've made it. Those limitations, conditions that you think you've made it or others have made it has no value. With a reference to the spiritual ascendancy, not at all. And those are your trap that put you in there. Therefore you don't understand Rizwan Dil, the paradise of heart. And that does not make you to understand what Tayyul Arz and Ma'ani means what. You know, the meaning of the Tayyul Arz. You think it's all material. You can teleport yourself from one place into another. Teleportation, can you believe it? You guys are brought in Hollywood, I don't know when. It's been among the Iranians, well, about 800-900 years, that they think the great Sufis, they can teleport themselves from one place to another place. And they have so many strange stories. As is one of the million. They believe in genies. They believe in so many things. And they call all that mysticism. Entire thing is nothing but oblivion and stupidity. And there's got nothing spiritual in it. This is why Baha'u'llah changed even the theme of that. You know, it brought the nature in, which is made by God as an instrument to explain this. All right. So I think I've explained this 5 lines as much as it can be explained in such a short period that I have. I usually get encouraged when people ask me questions or they're out there to listen. Without them, I have to communicate with the people that I know they're coming in future. Boy, oh boy, you know what this life is. They would love to see me. So much to ask me questions. I can see them. They're not here now. But the way God works is like that. He brings for the future people at the present time. It's always like that. You have to come now, not for you so much. You're not excluded. But for the people of the past, for the people of the future. Those are the ones that they're going to listen to me when I am out of the league, of the material league. But they want me at a time when I'm not there. Very well, till the next time.